Hello, I'm Jacob and this is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. I believe that the United States has just witnessed the next kiss of death and nobody's talking about it. I'm going to attempt to rather quickly lay things out for you in a way that's going to be easy to understand without doing too much digging into things that I don't necessarily know. And give you the resources that you may need to research the topic further. Now, this channel is completely funded through sales at my website, beachandtactical.com, where I hand make, design, market, sell a lot of different products. It's also supported through Grunt Style. I am a brand ambassador for Grunt Style, so if you want some premium Patriot apparel with a lifetime guarantee, please check out the link for that. And you don't have to be a veteran to wear Grunt Style apparel. And finally, by Patreon. I am directly supported by a handful of patrons, for which I greatly appreciate. All of those links are going to be in the description box below. The kiss of death. So, what we've just seen, to recap, you'll all know and understand, is North Korea and Kim Jong-un has come down and started a realistic peace with South Korea and an end to the Korean War. And the obvious reaction to that is thank goodness, because as much as I talked about it when I was thinking about joining the military, Korea is really not a place where anybody wants to go to fight. And everybody's rejoicing, and that's the reason I'm doing this video. This video is outside of my personal comfort zone for something that I put out to the public, but I feel a responsibility to do so because nobody is seeing what I believe is going on here. A little bit of background: I did 4.5 years in the military. I served the 173rd Airborne as an infantryman and deployed to Logar Province, Afghanistan. And realized a lot of things while there, and brought some things together that other people didn't. I learned a lot. Okay, so, and I worked with military intelligence and stuff as well, as part of a job that I took on. So we have this peace treaty, okay, and for obvious reasons, everybody's celebrating. And here's the problem: is that in the peace treaties, they talk about this being backed by China. If you didn't realize it, the U.S. is already in the process of pulling out of Japan. And the Japanese, as I understand it, are tooling up to be able to run and train their own military. They've had a military for a while. They do training here in the U.S. They are some hardcore dudes in the Japanese military, but they are not large enough to be a full military. They are large enough to train a full military, and they get their training from us here in the United States, specifically in Yakima, for sure. Okay, and so as this Korea deal is being released, one of the things that's being mentioned is that this is brokered to a large degree by China, and that one of the requirements will be the U.S. moving out of South Korea. That is the notion of that, with us being out of Japan and out of South Korea, is so shocking that immediately any historian's ears should have perked up, and questions should have been raised, but nobody's talking about it. And I'm saying this from a personal libertarian perspective, and I don't really like having the U.S. all over the planet. But here's what you need to know. For probably the past decade, there's been a huge struggle going on, and China needs the South China Sea. And it's been disputed between the Philippines and all of those countries that are down there. The UN told China that they could no longer use the routes that they're using. They're taking islands, they're taking possession of islands, They are militarizing the South China Sea. I'll show you a picture to that. But this port, this passage is incredibly important to China. For every reason that it's important to them, I don't know all the reasons, but I know that it's important enough so that when the UN told China to stop doing what they were doing, China said, or else what? They don't give a crap. They're already willing to go to war if need be for these passages. The world said, you can't do it, and China said, what are you going to do to stop me? So we're really looking at the League of Nations level of effectiveness from the UN at this point. So we have China that wants to broker this peace between North and South Korea. Korea just stated that they no longer need to do their missile tests because they've already got it figured out. He posted that just 1 or 2 weeks before they ended up saying that he's going to shut down the program. Now the entire world is going to help modernize North Korea and improve their infrastructure. And if the U.S. pulls out of South Korea, we will have lost the tactical advantage of the region. Now, as you're looking at a map and you have Japan and Korea way up here in the South China Sea, way down here, that might not make a lot of sense. But with modern technology and with naval powers, it is absolutely within our realm to dictate what does and doesn't go on in this region from those ports. And already the U.S. has shown force cautiously in the South China Sea with what's going on. So we're pulling out of Japan. Almost nobody's talking about that. They had a blurb in the news about it. I read about it, and I have a friend in Japan with whom I talked to about it. The U.S. is pulling out of Japan. If the U.S. pulls out of Korea, we have effectively lost any kind of quick reaction force or possibly even intelligence that we had in this area. Japan is weaponizing, and there's nobody the Japanese hate more than the Chinese, and there's nobody that the Chinese hate more than the Japanese. And we are going to see an escalation into war. These are chess pieces being put into place that have been planned decades in advance. And this kiss of death, like Hitler's kiss of death before World War II that led to peace, is actually the symbol, the warning leading into war. What I believe is going to happen next, another thing that a lot of people don't know about, is Russia has wanted Afghanistan for decades. Before 1989, not only do they want a direct path and quick access and the resources that are available in Afghanistan and Pakistan, but Russia has historically always wanted access to the Indian Ocean. Now, this is conjecture. What I see happening if the U.S. pulls out of South Korea is the U.S. also pulling out, in the regard in which they're still there, out of Afghanistan. So, okay, our troops have officially left Afghanistan, but we still have a presence there. Not only is it well known, but I guarantee that we have more of a presence there than is known. We didn't fund the Afghans in the 90s or 89 to fight the Russians because we wanted to drain Russia of money. We want to block their traditionally desired high-speed avenue to resources and logistics down to the Indian Ocean. It is of vital importance that we do that, which is evident by the amount of money and resources that we have sunk into Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a defendable position, and if you control it, you can control who goes through it on a military scale. So I believe that if we allow Russia to either publicly take Afghanistan or politically take Afghanistan, which is going on right now, as peace talks are going on with Russia and Afghanistan, that the U.S. is being left out of, this is already happening. What we'll have done is we will have given Russia and China the trade power that they need to put a stranglehold on Europe, and we will be seeing war on a world scale. I guarantee you. Anybody who looks at history, look at the Strait of Malacca. Singapore is an incredibly wealthy nation, although they produce nothing because they hold the Strait of Malacca. We went to Vietnam when the communists got the Strait of Malacca because it became such a vital artery of commerce for shipping through the Strait of Malacca. Now, all of that will be controlled by communism. We will be linking the South China Sea all the way over to the Indian Ocean, and the Strait of Malacca in between. Democracy crumbles, we go to war. I'm not going to get into prophecy. You guys need to research this. Everybody should be talking about this in America. This is like Chamberlain going around and talking about peace to everybody and Hitler signing treaties for peace, and everybody thinks that things are okay. If you are an American and a prepper or a moral American with half a brain left, get ready for the pain. If you are a Christian, get ready for the pain. We are about to see it. I don't know if I'm going to do more videos on this topic. I don't know that I can do it justice. I hope that I've given you the tools that you need to see what I'm talking about. Guys, this is really, really bad. This whole thing with Korea, and the scariest part, all right, is that nobody is talking about it. All of your bought-out news corporations, why isn't even your fringe news, why isn't Alex Jones talking about this, or whatever his network is? Nobody wants to see this. It is coming. So prep your crap, because things are about to get really, really bad. Subscribe here. Tell me what you think about the video. If I'm wrong somewhere, let me know. I will do the research. Point me in the right direction. Spread this video. I know I'm at 13 minutes right now. I'm way longer than I should have been. I'm not good at doing quick videos. Spread this video and spread this message, because all of America needs to be talking about this. It's bad. So I hope that you have a blessed day. The clock is ticking.